we were waiting for. The anticipation building, the environment, the stage, the fight, the clash between all of our teams. Day in, day out, the PUBG Mobile World Cup. It starts right here, right now.
We got the honey playing, so we certainly bring in the sugar, like we were saying. And this is the first treat of the day. And all our players ready to go. Al Hadji, you can spot him straight away down the bottom left. He is a big powerhouse inside of PUBG Mobile. Excited to see what he can do. Constantly coming back to the big stage.
Oh yeah, fan favorite for the region as well. Everyone was going absolutely ballistic in the crowd last year whenever they'd see Al Hadji popping off. I can't wait to see what he'll do this time around. Power gaming, never disappoint, buddy.
And there's Silas, top right. One of the best players in the world. I think that's an undisputed fact to throw that one out there. Let's see if he can lead his team to victory. As Max was saying over on the desk, a very consistent roster so far overall. We're jumping straight into things though. 4 thrives over towards Hatin on a hot drop to start things off, Jackie. And Nongshan Red Force also down towards Ruins.
Well, let's see how this goes once we get into the action here and see what things are going to be developing like, obviously with those early hot drops, Blank. It's always exciting, mate. This is one of those where we get a little bit of a telltale sign as well if teams are going to pull off with some of these more default drops if it goes wrong.
We're already losing one. That's over towards Power. So 4 thrives currently thriving over towards Hatin. We're on board with AX and Nongshan Red Force in the Ruins.
Scrambling to grab themselves some bits and bobs to fight with. Nongshan Red Force taking a bit of a dink towards the backside as well. DBS is in play. They start to make their move. This is real rough as well for Power, Blank. I mean, down to just one man left standing already. I know I was hyping him up a little bit, kind of a fan favorite for the crowd, but that is not a dream start whatsoever.
And 4 thrives, 3 eliminations, 4 players still up and kicking. And they will be kicking Power out from Hatin going forward. On the other hand, Nongshan Red Force taking a fair bit of damage. AX currently looking a lot more healthy here compared to them. Controlling on the outside of Ruins right now. A little bit tough when you get on the back foot here, especially in terms of meds. Because a lot of these rooms do get cut off, and AX is starting to increase their domain within the Ruins itself.
Yeah, opportunity to play with though. Some weapons established there. Henry in the back line. We've got the DBS on deck as well, waiting for the close range. A little bit of scouting, keep your distance. No overcommit, they're aware of each other.
This could be good though for Team Falcons, of all teams actually. Head up towards that north side. We know that Ralph does like to scout out towards Ruins in the first place, and with the circle going over towards the east, if you can cut out 2 teams from Ruins, you open up a very consistent, easy path over towards Painan. Here's a replay coming through of all the action that went down over towards Hatin. It was a rough and tumble of a start there for Power.
Yeah, brutal on the replay, catching the highlights from that one actually for Power Gaming. Mid-looting, quick to the drop, just able to make the play on it. Always the chance for maybe a little bit of acclamation if you can stay alive. But 1 player in the opening moments, first 15 seconds, yeah. Not the sort of sight that you'd like to see.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful peek on it, Blank.
Yeah, good catch. Very, very good catch. And again, to be honest with you, AX, with the amount of control they've had throughout the entirety of this fight, they want to conclude this soon. They know they need to go towards that eastern side where our circle popped.
Equal trade so far. Looking to close the gap with the DBS, but the quick burst back over, looking pretty good actually. These trades though, so messy. Either side taking heavy hits, and looking to see if they can convert. DBS just spamming out the shots. Need to play medic, get Henry back on his feet. Got the elevated fight, wide swing out on the corner, drop down into it. And there you have it. Come out on top in the end, being able to shut down the Red Force. Nongshan out on that one as AX will survive. Bit of a nail biter, but they get through it.
I mean, for AX, fans of that team will be very, very pleased with that one. And honestly, it's not what I was expecting. I'm happy to be surprised in that as well, because the control they had on that fight was spectacular. A lot of teams, when we see like this kind of an improvement and then heading over towards EWC, and it was sort of a surprise pick for us coming through. Yeah. I was excited to see it. I'm very, very surprised to see that kind of control coming through early. Now, the question is whether they can do that kind of thing to a much more consistent team with Lobby. You know, we're looking at scarier teams. Alpha 7, DRX, Ragnar Kaya, Weibo Gaming. Can they kind of have that success versus them? We'll wait and see. But to start things off, that was very, very clean by the Bucks.
Even just to get the nerves out of the way immediately as well, like the, you know, the caliber of the stage you've immediately been thrown into, mate. It's one of those where that feels so good for you compared to the outcome of losing that.
Especially as a special invite as well, because in a lot of instances when we have that invite come through, a lot of times that team doesn't do amazingly well, but it's nice to have them here. But this is a very keen team to start things off. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed to start things off. Here's Regnum Kaya on your screens. Currently up towards Cal right now on the north side of the map. Locked in a fray though with Weibo Gaming. We might just be able to get some answers nice and early. Weibo versus Regnum Kaya, how that pans out. The well-known player, Order, star-studded player, in fact, in Order. Has had so much success and consistent success over the years. Order versus Silas, that could be a very, very fun matchup.
We can check in as well, of course, with our reigning champions at the minute, Alpha 7. Got Mafioso doing a bit of scouting work as well, the only player separated away. Squash, another big talking point that we'll develop into over the course of the event as well. Ciari's performing here. Bit of a new look. It's like 25%, I think the maths on that one, Blank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always been the case for Alpha 7, is just finding that fourth player. It's never been easy for them. Squash is returning to the game after a year. Took a little bit of a hiatus from it, but they immediately had him back. Fair play. It is unfortunate to see McGrellin not in the roster, though. McGrellin was a player that they had found massive success with internationally. And I thought, you know, that they would work with him, but I just think the team did not gel, despite the ridiculous amount of success they were able to find over at EWC. So yeah, weird. Weibo Gaming's going to give up the chase here, though. They're going to head down towards that south side. I reckon Kaya don't take any casualties off the back of that one, which is good to see.
Obviously, threw the highlight out there as well towards Falcons early. You can see they've had a relatively unscathed path up to this point. Going to go for the crossing as well on the bridge here. So potentially a bit of an opportunity for a skirmish to come up. AX as well making their move in now, coming over towards Painan. Again, not really had much of an encounter since. Nice to get the overview though with the map screen. You can see New Circle coming in and the shift for our teams here.
It's a cool shift as well on the circle. I've never ever seen a Lakawi finish in my entire time of casting PUBG Mobile. So we can go east again, end up in Lakawi. I'd be very, very happy. I think I've seen every other finish here on Sandhawk other than Lakawi. Fireflux, Falcons are heading up here. I don't know how they're able to get towards this position unseen.
Man, that's an instant knock as well. Now Valo being able to pick up pretty big impact onto this. Yeah, that's crazy. It felt like actually with the position they were in, there must have been some kind of visual contact from it. Really not ideal. Pretty quick nades of the cast out. 2 knocks. Got one back over onto the Falcon side, Blank, but for what it is, a bit of a messy encounter here.
I think the Fireflux, if I was looking at it, I think they tried to regroup from that northwest side and then come back down towards Cave to get together. But Falcons have been so silent on their approach. This might happen with the vehicle as well. Yeah. So you imagine hear the engine, surely. And we're going to get our circle closing in just roughly 15 seconds. We're heading over towards the east side of Quarry. Now, Quarry is a big problem, Jackie, for a lot of these teams. It's low ground in there. You don't particularly want to head towards that position. There's a lot of sight lines from that eastern side of Quarry that are on the higher ground looking down into Quarry. So you have to either go above on the north side or down towards the south. But it's going to funnel teams into awkward scenarios. So Falcons already taking out the majority of Fireflux. It's beautiful for the Ralph. Okay.
Oh, mate. You say taking out the majority, they might actually just take them all down at this point. Being able to track them all down there, perfect peek in, gets the drop on them, literally. Now, there has been a bit of a proverbial dinner bell that was rung, and that's AX on the rotate over. They would have heard some of this gunfire release, trying to at least carve a path back around. Don't want to half commit to this, seeing the Falcons are up on high.
I think it's a smart move from AX. I mean, the Cave is a messy area to try and push, try and play around, get those third parties in. You don't have exact location either. So I think for AX just to head ahead, you know, and they realize this is clean. We're not getting in contact with absolutely anybody on this rotate. So they get ahead. They sit on the edge of Quarry. And Falcons need to make a decision on how they want to play through. A lot of times on this circle, they actually shift down towards the south side here, Jackie, before moving up towards the north. So I'll be interested to see how they do play out these next moments. 4 Thrives. They won their fight over towards Hutton versus Power earlier on, and now have come into contact with Weibo Gaming. Now, that's kind of interesting to me, right? If Weibo Gaming didn't spend so much time over towards Cow, potentially they were here a little bit sooner than 4 Thrives, but felt like the end of the game for 4 Thrives here was just to get into the circle ASAP.
So it is a bit of a split as well with the scout. So we'll see if he can make his passage safely. The solo head count, obviously Scarface, the only man left from the squad after the cave shenanigans that we saw, tucks himself in, and then you have Easy on the long old quest. He tanked himself up, late loot, just trying to make his way down. Obviously that was Power Gaming losing absolutely everyone bar Easy in the opening few seconds.
Come on, let's head north. Let's head north on this circle. Show me one Lukawi, please. Fun area of the map right now. You got like a lot of high ground that slopes down over towards Kampang, over towards the Kari itself. It's a little bit open on those high grounds as well. There is more buildings down towards that eastern side, but that means you are picking up the low ground early on. If you have to move out that area, it is a death sentence. Playzone takes down Toshvik. Now that is interesting. I don't know how that's happened for Reg and Kaya. They have really dallied on their escape outward.
Yeah, and you cannot afford to dilly-dally. It's time to lock in. And they're going to have 2 teams ahead of them as well. So the pathway forward is going to be a bit rough. Toshvik on the knock. You've got Weibo as well with the damage coming over the top. Before I get into close combat here, I mean, potentially the DPS. You've got the crossfire set up just on the doorway, but it's the nade usage that could make the world of difference. A few of them are back pocket. Already a bit of splash damage over. Slight peek on the angle. Hang on a minute. This really is a dinner bell. You got the third party just on the top of the ridge as well.
The thing was this though, Jackie, this is exactly what I was talking about. That high ground looking down to Lukawi is horrible to play against. Before Thrives though, they just need to worry about getting backstabbed. I think Team Vision has made their way on over, and there's Volt already finding T24. There's Angdon Galacticos finding Regnum Kaya, the entirety of them as well. Goodness me, just waiting for them on the wings there.
Yeah, fragmented, 1 knock into Toshvik, everyone else just being shot at from 2 separate sides. It really does start to crumble. This was 4 Thrives who were setting themselves up to get the third party down from the top of the ridge. Like you said, they've been ran up on, and it's not looking good whatsoever. Quickly, they are dispatched. Mopped up like a spilt drink, Blank.
It was a great push through from Vision. Honestly, Volt does a huge amount of work in that instance. A surprise that 4 Thrives fell for that so suddenly, and I think that's because they got a little bit too aggressive down towards the position early. And that is always the difficulty with taking that high ground, that your back is not protected. Aura though, no fear. Certainly feeling it now, it's a little bit. Soaz from DRX, of all teams, down towards the south side of this, actually getting slightly involved. And it's nice to see, you know, Horror getting aggressive, because it's exactly what Neptera talked about on the dares count. Teams maybe see them as a bit of a passive team, but no, they've got a little bit of a bite to them.
Oh yeah. Don't want to get those hands too close, they'll bite back. It's rough for Order as well, how he set himself up. Actually quite nice with the cook on the nade. You can see he was trying to just go in for the knock, didn't expect the shot from the side, instantly downed, and then fully committed because of it. Yeah, DRX might actually have a little bit more to say about this one, the longer it develops as well. You've got a good read on it. Oh, hang on a minute. Alpha 7 cam dropping over. Mafioso trying to bail out. Damage comes through. Quick damage on the Carrillo. There's the pre-nade as well. Oh, nearly, mate. Couldn't get it through the window.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nade you should not be missing here in EWC, right? I don't think you should be missing those kind of nades. For Alpha 7, now they're surrounded. Revo, Mafioso, keep things under wraps. Team Secret, they're coming over towards that building, over towards Revo is. He's got a big task ahead of him.
It was a cook on the nade, cast it out, doesn't look like it's going to be on target. Vision as well, scrapping. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side of the feed, it's all kicking off. Damage back down onto 4 Thrives. That was the replay that we had there with the real action here. Let's see how it goes.
There's 4 teams in this compound, dude. This is unbelievable. You've got Yangon Galacticos, Alpha 7, Team Secret, E-Arena, all battling for control here. I think Team Secret picked their moment very nicely. I think Team Vision maybe missed their moment there. But they could have come down slightly earlier as opposed to looking over towards this fight happening between Weibo as well as Horror Esports in Lakawi. I think DRX does have a nice spot, you know, over on this eastern side. They can stalk the opponents on the west.
Yeah, it feels like they've been picking their fights nicely as well. You know, the one pick they were able to find was good timing on it. They're not overcommitted. They're playing the long game on this one. With everyone being so closely grouped, there's a lot of potential for a big point earner the longer it goes on. A lot of chip damage being thrown out between these teams as well. Weibo going down in the meantime. Another squad eliminated as they are thrown to the wayside. It's been so rough as well. Mafio so consistent, just taking so much damage, having to tuck in, really doesn't have an angle to fight from at all. Smile, be happy with that one on the peak back over. Good tag straight up, say goodbye.
It's a good unleash over towards E-Arena. Very nice angle to play in. Mormon goes down after all. Maybe Team Vision didn't miss a trick after all, by the way. If you can clean out Horror Esports, they have a very nice ability to kind of sweep on this eastern side. But I'm very, very excited to see who wins out on this compound eventually. Here's Marcelo. Again, this is what they wanted to do in the first place. Get rid of Horror Esports, then they can start to move down over towards DRX. They will cut themselves out a huge amount of space on the northeast side. And even if it goes over towards the west, they do have a scout in Never Alone, currently playing in a compound on that northwest, keeping tabs on that huge fight ongoing inside that compound that you see on your screen right now with Team Sleeper Alpha 7. Yangon Galacticos, nice nade. Comes through again. 6 elims on the match.
Yo, yeah, honestly, you've got to give him props. Vision looking really crisp right now. That was a beautiful nade. Great timing on it. Ooh, hang on. Going to be able to get the full commit onto this, though. Looking for a window. Obviously wanted to get the pick back up. Couldn't do it. Sahora out on the adjustment there. Great work from Vision. Topping right now on the elim points. That's 8 that they're rocking with.
It's a really, really nice start. And Sandhawk is particularly good for this, Jackie, where you're able to get a big lead at the start of the day just because it encourages one team to take control of the match. That was a nice step out from Borizin, honestly. But Devotee, the reaction speeds on that were insane.
It's a good start for this teammate as well, the way they've read it. You play off the back of the nade into the peaks. You've got to force them into the fight. It's a good engagement, actually. Like, impressive stuff. They've been playing a relatively passive game rather than the hot drop that we saw to start off with, but rotations have been all right. The teamwork looked pretty good. Rough on the move here, though. Limited cover to work with and influence rage. They take the peak up and do get the shot back over.
If it's quite honest, like it has been hard for them. There hasn't been too many areas to jump in. I mean, Arian will get ahead here. Well, it's Cyrax.
It's the easy cam. Oh, hey, that's
take out influence.
He's literally had the backline this whole time, by the way. He's been slowly making his move in, right? He's rocked up, found influence rage, and made the play. Oh, easy.
Fair play. Fair play.
2 elim points. Can't actually turn your nose up at that, Blank.
No, you can't.
Let's see if he does any more. I'm rooting for him. Oh, footsteps heard.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not joking around.
Hey, I mean, he outlived 4 thrives, though, so...
It's really not that bad, considering that could have been literally like a 0-point game. Like,
yeah.
You'll take it.
No, absolutely you will. They got, I think, a 2 off the back of that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yangon Galacticos will finish off Alpha 7, who get 1 pity point in terms of placements. Any other elims that came their way. Team Secret now struggling. And this has been a great setup from Vision. Honestly, this whole time. Look at this line that they've got. You can see it right there. Looking out over towards Team Secret as well as Yangon Galacticos. As they leave that compound, not only will they be trying to tear shreds out of one another, but it also will be Team Vision having some pretty deadly vision their way.
Potential stab in the back as well still. From Joker onto AX as they start to make their rotation over the top. Like you say, it's a good setup from Vision, but I'm also liking what DRX are working with. Oh, hang on though. Volt still keeping the electricity going. More so than anything, right? You're going to have that relatively equal tie right now in the elimination points between both of them. Great game of how they've been keeping themselves involved. It's a nice sprint to at least have an understanding of the rotations in for DRX. Humbin was playing far further out as he's scouting down. Ooh, nade onto the top. Never alone, takes a hefty hit from that one. Got to back up a bit. Team Secret caught in the crossfire as well.
Smile finding a lot of Team Secret there, so stolen away, a lot away from Vision, honestly, on their exit. You can see there that Yangon Galacticos 13 elims this game. An absolute galactic performance from them. Irina goes down. Iron goes down as well. That's the Yangon Galacticos. Another tag on, which takes them to 14 elims on the first map of the day. Beautiful stuff. It's Team Falcons that I'm interested in. You know, they've had a pretty casual game. They really need to make it count now, though. The big two teams who will be going head-to-head will be DRX and Vision going forward. DRX have been very quiet, though, Jackie.
They have, yeah. This is what we were looking at, right? Kind of passive, just the sort of third-party fights when they had a few off angles. Oof. Bullets raining down.
Funny thing, they have the circle. The Yangon Galacticos.
You know what, you are right. I mean, it's kind of awkward, right, with the split at least. A lot of damage onto them, but with how many elims they've been able to rack up already.
It's wild.
They're looking crisp, like, not gonna lie, from the position you're in. Maybe there's still a chance to get a little bit more out of this one. Be a hell of a day if they can kick it off like this, Mike.
Falcons have to leave. Luckily for them, DRX as well as Vision just get into contact with one another.
Here we go. Scrap starting to unfold. Damage over the top. Marcelo with the peak up, spamming into the smoke. Vico over the top. Nade straight onto him as well. So Vision, it's getting risky. And that's DRX with the damage being dealt. Volt suddenly clambering to pick this one back up. Meanwhile, you've got DRX from the sideline with his own pushing in, nipping at their heels. They've got to be forced further forward. The nades blank with how closely grouped they are. One right on target would finish them.
What are you doing? They drove their own teammates into the barrage of nades. Smile goes down and Team Falcons now looking for the finish. But it was clean from DRX. Now looking to get all their players back up on their feet. We see if Team Falcons can finish with off. It's Ralph Koa, as well as Redux. Either side of the circle. Preliminary grenades going out over towards the hard cover, so you know they're working with no information.
Nades in. Stepping forward, the feet are on the ground right now. DRX, they saved themselves. Could have been misery in the previous fight. The smorgasbord of mistakes have kept them in it to win it, and Hyun Bin tries to unleash. That's one clean connection back on a round. Koa, low on HP. DRX dealing damage right now as the elims are racking up in a position to close it and grab themselves a chicken dinner on the first game with the shots raining true. It's all on Redux. We need to be a clutch from the back line, and that's not going to happen. DRX will take it.
Yeah, coming to play here. It's not quite D plus Q, but DRX are looking good on the main stage. Very, very nice to see here for them. Team Falcons will take that second place. It's a good position to be in for them, Jackie.
It really is. Beautiful stuff. Hell of a start to the day for Yangon Galacticos, right? Like the elims, absolutely beautiful. You're taking really heads-up fights. You've been able to build up that momentum. For a first game, that's the performance I'd want every time. Yeah, we didn't get the chicken dinner blank, but the blood's pumping, the comms look clean. That matters a lot.
So now Ralph doesn't seem to lose that game, but I think that they should be happy. They were working with little to no information there, and they really had to cut it down to the wire moving out from that blue. They were banking on Vision and DRX actually fighting one another, and it took so long to get involved. But what was that car play, dude?
Mate, it just felt so confusing in the moment as well, right? Because you're like,
why
okay,
are you backing your teammate?
You've got the intense fight here. What is this playing? Like, where's this going from? The comedy of error that then just unfolded into everyone, obviously, having to be closely grouped. You eat a nade, no spacing, nothing you can do. The difference of one nade is just completely removing them from what was otherwise a really great sort of mid-flow of the game.
The game was unreal from Vision, and to end in an embarrassing moment like that does feel rough. They still get themselves a lot of points off the back of it, though, Jackie.
They really do. They really do. And a lot more action to come. So join us after the break.